Yeah, I had noticed the other day I had been leaking some coolant around here, and I wasn't sure exactly where it was from, but I finally concluded there's a little short hose, little 1-inch hose that goes between the thermostat and the water pump. And it's kind of a bugger to get at. All the other hoses have been replaced, but I'm sure this is the original 1954 hose. And she was pretty crappy. So I stuck a new one in, but it was kind of hard. You know, it's a 1-inch inside diameter hose, just a little short 2-inch piece of it. But I think I got her sealed now. Better fill my grease cup again. Kind of a joy to work on. You know, there isn't, I don't have to do a lot to it, but there isn't a lot that needs to be done ever. It's always pretty straightforward. The one thing I did change though, when I replaced this hose, I put in the new style hose clamps rather than these old ones, because these are kind of a bugger to work with, and you can see how they had pulled into the old hose. You know, so just get rid of them altogether. Well, hang on to them because they were the original ones, but in order to put that piece in there, you have to take this little coupling off. It's just a little block that bolts onto the water pump. And I was a little afraid of them because I'm sure those bolts haven't been out of there since 1954. This originally had a plug-in because it came with no heater, so I had to put a fitting in here, and that came out hard, and I thought, well, man, if these bolts, you know, because they could easily break off in the water pump, but they came out, and I put never seize in them to get them back in, so I shouldn't have that problem again. But that's the sort of thing that, you know, like today it finally got up to 32 degrees, but in winter, especially, any project you're going to do, you always got to give it a lot of extra time because, you know, things like breaking off bolts could easily happen. But these little days like this when you get above freezing are a little treat. So it's good to get at that kind of stuff while I can. But I think that's got it. Because if that isn't it, you know, I'm pretty sure that's where it was from, but if it isn't, then it's the water pump. But that looks okay. But this has got a little, one of those grease cups that you fill with grease and then you turn, you know, to lube the water pump, and that kind of seals it. And it is possible even to rebuild that water pump. But I don't think that's the problem, but I'll see. I think I got her cured now. But I like to have these nice little warm days to work on this crap. Oh, one thing I was always going to mention too. You know, I see a million reviews on flashlights on YouTube. And here's what I haven't seen a review on. I was at Walmart about a month ago. And I was looking for something else, but I happened to walk down a section where they had flashlights. And here they had the original style, though this is made in China, but of the old Rayovac flashlights. The only difference, these have got an LED bulb in them. And, you know, they're plenty bright. Good enough, you know, like a lot of times I've got some Maglite that use the 2 and 3 D cells, and they can be so ungodly bright. They're tough to use. Like if I'm going out to check the dogs or something, or the horses, I end up holding my fingers over the front of them because it hurts their eyes. You know, if you hit them with that LED light that's so ungodly bright, it actually hurts them. Well, I was kind of glad to find these regular old style. And it's got, you know, just on and off, and then that button so you can practice your Morse code. Though it's kind of handy because a lot of times you just need a little light, then you have a little light. But the thing about them, what I was impressed with, they come, it's under $5. It was $4 and some cents with the batteries. So I actually got a couple of them, and I might have to get a couple more. But that's a reasonable flashlight. And you know, with LED, you do get that good long life on the batteries. But that didn't come with the batteries. But it is just a Rayovac, but it's the classic Rayovac. Kind of nice to have. I'm glad I ran into them. So I actually couldn't believe that they were actually making them. You know, like I say, I've got the mag lights, and they're a good light, but they're not cheap. Though they're actually cheaper than they used to be. But they have their downsides. You know, like the mag lights have got that rubber button cover. And I don't know what the deal is, if it's that they're sealed up so tight that the temperature change actually pops that button off, because I've lost more of them little rubber dust covers, and if you lose those, you know, you could buy replacements. But if you lose that dust cover, and if you continue to use the flashlight, the switch goes bad. They can't take any dirt in them. But so I figured, okay, a good under $5 for a Rayovac. And I hadn't been in Walmart for a long time, and I probably won't go back for a long time. I was just looking for a particular thing that somebody had told me was in Walmart. But it's, you know, not a place I care to go into. It's frightening to think those are your voters. And those are the people who end up on juries. It's worrisome.